Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
So we're back to the Rockies franchise, and today we take a look at the team in review. As right now we're 42-26 on the season, second in the NL West, and I believe we're number one in a wildcard spot. Obviously, you are with a 42-26 record, with the Pirates 30-28, Nationals 37 wins, Dodgers 36, and the Diamondbacks 33. So as of right now, we're in a pretty comfortable place, I guess, with the Dodgers 6 games back, but still, it's not that far away from us. If we collapse, we're not that far away from losing our playoff spot. So we really have to go and watch how we play in this next few months just to see if we make the playoffs or not this season. But right now, I'd say our bullpen's holding us down pretty well as of right now, because we have Tyler Anderson, number one in Cy Young voting for the NL right now at a 1.54 ERA. Then we have John Gray at 2.80, Andrew Heaney at 2.59, Stephen Wright at a 3.03, and Robbie Ray at a 2.56. But when we take a look at our bullpen, though, this is where it goes way downhill, as you have Shipley 479, Finn at a 350, not that bad, he's one of our better guys in the bullpen. Then we have Salas at a 614, McGee at a 360, Bowden at a 443, Estevez at a, looks like a 643, Dole at a 476, and Doolittle, our closer, at a 474. So these guys are not getting it done in the bullpen whatsoever, but they have decent overalls. That's the problem. They're just not playing as expected this season. So you really have to watch it out, see if he can maybe replace some of these guys or not this season. But right now, our starting rotation is holding us in these games along with our pretty good offense. So our offense is not that bad this season. We'll take a look at the lineups right now. As DJ at leadoff here, batting 292, 10 home runs, 22 RBI. David Dahl at a 4 home runs, 22 RBI, and 242 batting average. Arenado 287 with, I believe, 14 home runs, 35 RBI. Blackman at 27 RBI, 302 batting average. Then we have McCutcheon at a 304, 36 batting RBI. So I mean, he's having a comeback season, because last season he wasn't the greatest for us. This season he's coming back with some pizzazz, I guess, because right now, I believe, yeah, he's batting better than he was last season. So hopefully he keeps it up, though, and stays over 300 for the season. But we have Trevor Story at a 224, not that good. Volek at a 257, Desmond at 268, and Norris at a 184, though he's not playing well at all for his average. So we really have to watch out on how Derek Norris plays and see if he could do something about that. Hopefully he plays better, but I'm just guessing he's in a slump. So right now we are in the middle of June, at the 19th of June. So you only have a few more weeks until we're at the All-Star game on the 16th. And we gotta watch and see how we play leading into this All-Star game, because you have a few starters, or at least projected starters in the All-Star game right now in the voting. So number one is your starting pitcher, Tyler Anderson, there with 480,000 votes. Second is Scherzer with 459. So not 480, 460. He's only 1,000 behind Scherzer. I can't really read right now. I don't have my contacts in. So he's only 1,000 votes behind Tyler Anderson. We gotta hold up and see if Anderson can keep his great start he's having this season. At 11-1 record, 92 strikeouts, 154 ERA. I mean, Scherzer's having a better year overall, but that record is kind of helping him out there at 11-1. So our offense is playing pretty well with Tyler Anderson on the mound this season. But the rest, though, we have a few guys in this, I guess, top 15, I guess. We have, who else is left on here? Second, we have Andrew Heaney there at 234,000 votes. Then we have Robbie Ray close behind at 211. Then we have John Gray at 198. And I believe we have Stephen Wright at 157. So we have a lot of top pitchers here in like the top 30 at least for All-Star voting. That's not that bad. Then relief, we have nobody there because our relief pitchers suck this season. Closing pitcher, guess what? We have nobody in the top 10 because our closing pitcher sucks along with our bullpen. Our catcher's not in there because he sucks this season so far. First base, though, we have Desmond there at 287. The second base, we have DJ LeMahieu in third with 309 or 308. Third base, we have Arenado close in second there. Not really close. He's behind by, I believe, 70,000 votes to Chris Bryant. Shortstop, we have, yeah, Story's not in the top 10 at all because he's not that good this season. Left field, we do have David Dahl at 221. Center field, we have Blackman in second there. Actually, not even in second. He's tied for first with Starling Marte. Then right field, we have Kutch there in second, only about 30,000 votes behind Stanton. So this team's looking great this season, obviously, because we've got a lot of great projected players here for this All-Star game. We could have a pretty stacked All-Star team with a whole bunch of Rockies on it. But anything big happen in trades? Yeah, Aaron Loop getting traded to the, I believe, the Orioles for Thomas DeLeese. Anything else? I believe that's pretty much it. There's not really that many exciting trades this season, or during this season. But what else should we do in here before we go to the All-Star break? We could go and check out our disabled list to see who's on there. And then take a look at our farm system, see if anybody else has developed yet, like our pitchers in the minors. We have Raymond Tapia still on the DL there. 1 to 2 months there, the broken forearm. Then you have Ryan McMahon, broken shin, Kirk Kemp with a broken foot. So that's their injury situation right there. Nobody from the MLB, but still kind of sucks. We have a few good prospects that are on the injury list. But now we take a look at our minor system with our prospects. So starting pitchers, there's a few guys on the radar here for an MLB debut next season, like Derek Garcia. Shipley could maybe be a starter that next season, depending on if Steven Wright stays or not. We have Davis Enfield looking pretty good right there. Charles Stevenson looking all right. Riley Pint doing decent. Peter Lambert, Drew Flood. I mean, some of these guys, they're not playing that well in the minors, but Riley Pint, the 1.73 ERA. This is a man to watch there, the 7-2 record and that great ERA. But anyone else? You have Rufus Seymour at a 1.95 there in the AA. Then we do have Lyle there at a 5.06 there in the AAA. Not really playing that well. We could maybe bring him down just for this season because you don't want to go and rush a guy too much, and that's what we're doing with Lyle if they're being in the AAA. You just got to go down there. So right now he's a top 50 prospect there being in the AA. But anybody else here? I believe we have, yeah, Jack Ridley there at a 159 in the AA too. So our relief pitchers, or I mean our starting pitchers doing not that bad there in the minors. Then relief, our relief is a mess, so we gotta hope some of these guys come up soon and play well. But we have Zach Birdie there at a 659 in the AAA, not playing well whatsoever. Then we have Tanner Scott at 288, not that bad. Matt Hauser there, doing pretty solid there, I guess, 0 ERA. And I'm pretty sure he has a few guys down here, but other than that though, we need relief desperately next season. But then closing pitchers though, we have Kevin Castro there in the AAA with a 221. Ross Eddy at 123 there in the AAA. So these dudes are killing it in the AAA. It's too bad we can't bring one of them up. Actually, we could maybe next season. Bring one of these guys up, bring him in as a relief pitcher, then like put him in like setup man. That'd actually be pretty good for us if we bring up Kevin Castro next season. Or maybe even later this season though, if he plays well enough. He'll be one of our September call-ups for sure. And if he plays well enough, I don't know. I guess we have to decide before September starts if we want to have him on the playoff roster if we make the playoffs. But catchers here in the minors, we have Oscar Hernandez in the AAA batting 212. Tony Walters on the bench batting 291 though. He's playing very well at pinch hitting. You have Tom Murphy 229 and Dom Nunez at 242. So these guys not playing that well, but I mean, it's alright though, it's decent. First base, no first base talent besides Ian Desmond. Second base, we have Forrest Wall at 245 in the AAA, and that's pretty much it. We have no second base talent in our minors for like younger guys, but we do have one man though, I guess besides Lexi Portillo, but still, we have one more guy who's coming up next season as one of our draft picks. I believe his name, what is his name again? It's like Max something, isn't it? No, it's Hunter Garrison, that's what it was. I was thinking of somebody else, but still 90 overall potential, second baseman, 20 years old. He is 53 overall, but you never know. He could develop or he could not. Really have no idea at this point. It's not looking like he will at this point. 53 overall, 20 years old, but still, I've seen a lot of big come-up stories from 53 overall to like 80 overall in this game mode. So I mean, anything could happen in the MLB if you give a guy a shot. And if you give Hunter Garrison a shot there in the AA to work his way up, you never really know. So we have that guy in the system for next year. But third base talent though, we're just pretty stacked at third base talent. We have Arenado there obviously as our starter there in the MLB. We have Ryan McMahon on the DL right now, batting 216. Then we have David Ortiz, the second coming of David Ortiz there, 19 years old, 71 overall, 226 batting average. He's batting, what is that, 6 home runs, 22 RBI, 5 stolen bases, that's alright. Then we have Adam Wilburn there at a 239. Luis Moreno, the power man himself, 59 overall in the Class A. Then Patrick Garcia there, we have no idea what he's doing. Then shortstop, we have Pat Valaika there as our pinch hitter and slash DH guy this season. We have Brendan Rodgers there, 69 overall, 22 years old, batting 250 there in the AAA. We have Scott Pringle batting 261, and Johnny Massett batting, we have no idea. Then left field, we have Alex German, David Gutierrez, Jay Cairo there batting 290, and Stephen Barton there. This is the man that I was thinking of bringing up this season, but I'll wait it out though. I'll see how well he plays later on this season. But Stephen Barton though, 273 batting average. This man has some pretty good looking stats there so far. He's got good speed, good contact. I mean, he can develop anything you want, develop into a great player at DH possibly. He's a switch hitter too, so it pretty much is an asset to us. But he's 6'5", huge guy, great talent. Hopefully see him in MLB in a few more seasons. But center field, we're pretty stacked at center field talent. We have Kiki Escalera there on the bench in MLB, batting 250. We have Dalton Pompey there, batting 187. We might end up trading Pompey because he's just not really playing that well, but he is right now as basically our pinch runner kind of guy. We put him on the bases, he'll run around, steal a couple for us. But we have Raymel Tapia there, 248 batting average. We have Ike Harmon there, 180. Jonas Spears, the Canadian himself, 231 batting average. We have Johnny Bataluco there at 248. That's pretty much it. Then right field, our last category is Jordan Patterson there at 75 overall, 27 years old, 234 batting average. We have Jason Erasmus there, 20 years old, 70 overall, 206 batting average. We have Randall Smith at a 69 overall, batting 280 there. He's playing very well in the AA though. Like, he could probably get a promotion right now almost, but we'll leave him there for now. Then we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. there, 68 overall, 20 years old, 8 potential, batting 261 there in the AAA. So we have a pretty good, a really bright future here in Colorado, even though most of our guys are young still in the MLB. But even past, like, some of these guys' primes in the MLB, we have a future in Colorado, so that's pretty good to see that. But anyway, we'll move on to the top 50 here, see who's on the top 50 prospects list for us in the MLB, or at least in our system, I mean. Top prospects, so we have Gleyber Torres, they're #1 in the Yankee system. We have Nate Koch, Francis Martez. Anybody else here from Colorado though? We have Lyle there, 11th overall here in top 50 prospects. I knew if you brought him down there, it might give him more of an opportunity to go and get on this list, and it definitely did with Lyle on the list at 11th. Then we have Brandon Rogers there at 15th. And one thing to note though about Lyle is he's 98 overall potential. This man can become one of the greatest pitchers here in the game if he develops properly in time. So gotta watch out for that with Lyle there on the team. Then we have Stephen Barton there at 18th. Then we have, who else is on here? Anybody else? We have Kevin Casco there at 36th overall in the AAA. Jonas Spears there 38th overall. Anybody else? And I believe that's pretty much it. So how many we have here on the top 50 prospects list though? We have 1, we have 2, we have, where is he? We have 3, 4, 5, and that is it. So we have 5 out of 50 prospects here on the top 50 list. Not that bad though. I love seeing our talent there on the list, and the future is bright pretty much here in Colorado. But now stats here in the league leaders. For stats, you have Joey Votto there leading the league at 364 batting average here in the NL. So it's pretty fantastic to see that. Alright, there. We have Freddie Freeman there. We have, where is Kutch there? He's 12th overall there in the National League. But American League, we have Paul Goldschmidt leading the way at 350 on the Blue Jays, signed this season. Then we have another free agent acquisition there by the White Sox with Bryce Harper batting 343. So these two guys went from like the Washington Nationals and the Arizona Diamondbacks to the American League, and now they're just tearing it up here in the American League, especially with some of the great ballparks here to go and hit home runs in. So they're taking advantage of that right there in the American League. Then we have Corey Spangenberg, the man himself, the utility guy I had on the Blue Jays franchise, at 13th overall in batting average. But next up, those hits in the NL, you have Joey Votto leading the way. But where's one of our guys? You have DJ LeMahieu there at 11th overall, tied with Anthony Rizzo. And we, oh wait, hold up. We have Blackman there 9th overall too, tied with Arenado. So, like, our team's playing very well though with hitting though. I thought our team was terrible at hitting this season, but still, our hitting's playing well, starting pitching's playing well, but our bullpen is so lacking. It's getting us losses. We gotta do something about the bullpen sometime. But at-bats, doesn't really matter. Doubles, looks like Ian Desmond's 2nd overall in the National League in doubles. Pretty good to see that. Triples, we have, where is Blackman? There he is, 5th overall, tied for 5th. Home runs, Looks like Stanton there leading the way at 21. Then we have Votto at 16 in third. Where is one of our guys at 14th? You have Story at 6th overall with 14 tied with Arenado. And anybody else? I think we have someone down here. And Blackman at 10, tied for 22nd. Then RBIs though, you have RBI, number 1 is Joey Votto at 57. He's leading the way by like 11 right now. But anybody else? We have Kutch there, number 1 in the Rocky system there, tied for 13th with 36. Now you have Arenado there, 17th overall with 35. Then we have runs. Where is one of our guys for runs? I mean, Blackman's got to be under. Yeah, he is. 11th overall there, tied for 11th with runs with 34. Anybody else? And I think we have, Kutch is right there, 17th overall there, tied for 17th with 33. Then stolen bases. The stolen bases, I thought we'd be up here in the top 3, but I guess not, as Blackman there's tied for 9th right there. We'll just go to ERA though right now. I want to see who's leading the way in ERA for our pitcher. Actually wins though, wins. Number 1 in the NL is Tyler Anderson with 11 wins on the season. And losses, number 1, at least tied for number 1, is Tyler Anderson. So he's playing dominant this season though for the Rockies. I never expected this out of Tyler Anderson. I'm glad we kept him in the system for so long, as now it's finally developing well. But saves, we have nobody there because Doolittle sucks. He's actually 6th though. It's not that bad. But ERA though, we have Anderson 2nd overall. The man himself, the king, Max Scherzer, they're 99 overall. He's playing fantastic for the Nationals. But anybody in here though? Robbie Ray 9th overall for ERA. We have Heaney in 11th. Then we have John Gray 15th. And where is Stephen Wright 21st? So team's looking great though. Like our bullpen, or not our bullpen, our ERA for our starters are playing fantastic. But strikeouts, we have actually we're not really more a strikeout team when you look at it though by the stats. But John Gray 15th overall in strikeouts. Then we have innings pitched there, and it looks like Anderson is in 6th. And then we have walks allowed. Well, let's go to pitching WAR, I guess. Pitching WAR is 3rd overall is Tyler Anderson for the Wars. It's looking pretty good for us right there. Then batting WAR, we have Arenado there in 5th overall with a 2.8. Then we have Blackman there in 8th with a 2.7. Then we have Kutch there 18th overall, the 2.2. So our team's looking pretty good there offensively and pitching wise besides our bullpen. I'm loving it this season. Let's go and sim quickly here to around the All-Star game and see if we have any official starters there in the MLB All-Star game. So we have an offer from the Royals here. Let's take a look at this one and see what it is. So you have Steven Barton for Hunter Dozier though. Who is Hunter Dozier? I know Steven Barton is a guy I want to bring up sometime next season, but still, who is Hunter Dozier though? Go to third base. He's 77 overall, 27 years old, 8 potential. He's got a great starting overall, but I mean, I don't think he's worth it though. He's got great power, or at least decent power, decent contact, great fielding. He's an alright player, but I mean, we don't need him right now though. We don't need him. He's 27 years old compared to Steven Barton, who's only like 20 years old, I believe. Is he? Yeah, 19 years old. I'm just gonna go hold on to Steven Barton right now, decline the trade. So as of right now, we're 15-33, solid record here in the NL. Take a look at our standings in the NL West. We're still 3.5 games back from the Giants from first, but right now in the wild card, we're ahead by 2 games from the Cubbies, who are in the wild card position with us, and we're 7 games ahead of the Nationals. So looking very good here right now in the NL wild card. But we'll go and take a look at some completed transactions right now. Go to transactions. Any trades happened while we simmed, but it looks like Rowdy Tellez traded from the Blue Jays for Willie Wagner. Anybody in here that was good, that was traded, and pretty much there's really no top prospects trade or anything. Yeah, we're pretty much good. So we'll take a look at our trade block now, and just to go and take a look at if there's any good good relief guys. But looks like Dozier's on the trade block here. Number 1 targets are the Mets and Pirates and Reds. He's an alright acquisition, but I just don't want to rush the development of Steven Barton because he's going to be very good if we develop him in time. But former Rocky right there, Mark Reynolds on the Blue Jays, ready to be traded. You have Sandy Leone, Malak Smith. We have a decent overall trading block though, I like this. Anybody good here though? We have Tony Kemp. He's not playing that well this season. Freddie Freeman's on here. Freddie Freeman. If we had the salary, I would do this trade, but let's look at some hypotheticals here. Just take a look at this one. So, if we made a Freddie Freeman trade, we would have to give up, obviously, our first baseman himself, Ian Desmond. That cuts off about a quarter of the value, or at least almost half. If we were to do any more trades, bringing Kiki Escalona, that wouldn't work. Yeah, it's too much of an asset to go and acquire Freddie Freeman. But Indians, Nationals, and Diamondbacks are number 1 there. 4 teams interested. But anybody else on here for relief or even great talent? But you have JT Realmuto though. This is a guy that, like, in the Miami Marlins system, they have 2 great catchers in Realmuto, and they have somebody else in catcher though. I know. Yeah, they have Wilson Ramos and Realmuto. Ramos only 31 years old, 3 years ahead of JT right there for age, but still, I don't know why they have 2 catchers though. Let's see what trades that they made if you want to acquire Realmuto. It looks like Estevez, McMahon, and Walters would work for them. The thing is, Estevez is one of those guys I want to keep around, even though he's struggling this season. He's gonna be good eventually, so you gotta hold on to him, see if he develops or not. But JT Realmuto on the trade block. Anybody else here? Michael Conforto there from the Mets. I mean, some of these guys are not that bad though. I love having great talent on the trade block. But Tony Walters, David Ortiz, and Ryan Castellini would get that trade done. But I don't want to give up those talents though. I like David Ortiz, I like Castellini, and I like Tony Walters at backup catchers. So I don't want to make any more trades involving those dudes. But, I don't know. There's some great trades to be made though for sure. And then we have, I want to see some relief talent though. I want to find relief talent. Another second base, left field kind of stuff. So you have Tyler Lyons here, 75 overall, 31 years old, 900K right now. He's got, his ERA is not that good though. Where's a good guy for ERA besides the starting pitcher? Anybody on here? Anybody on here for relief talent that's good? We do have Fernando Rodriguez there, 81 overall, 34 years old. The Jays are looking at a lot of players though. Let's go with all. Now it's only Sean Burns though. That's interesting though. We could go and acquire him. He's got 1 year left on his salary. He could maybe help us out on a title run if possible. So it only take up Ike Carmen or Sean Burns to give up Ike Carmen because his potential's a D. He's not going to get anywhere with that. This is interesting though. We could actually make this trade before the All-Star break. Because we do need a guy who could step up big, and Rodriguez has a good ERA. He seems like a good system guy, great veteran. Would fit in well at the club. But where does he play in Chicago though? That's what I want to know. Does he play closer? Because sometimes they throw in relief guys as closers though. No, they have Wade Davis. They don't. They have a lot of great relief guys though. That's the good thing about Chicago. We could go and maybe reap the benefits of having a guy like Rodriguez on the team. Then they have Matt Reynolds. Like, they have a few guys here that are pretty interesting though to acquire. Are the Cubs good this season? That's the question. Are they good? Could they go and sell? And they are 40-37. We're ahead of them, but they are in the wildcard talks though. So we could be facing off against them if we make any trades. It'd be kind of interesting to see that. But I don't know. We'll go and take a look at the trade block once more though. What's on here for sure? Because we didn't go from the top. But where is some, like, you have like Terme? He's not that good though. The Jays are interested in every single one of these guys though. Like Blue Jays number 1. There's another one. Blue Jays number 1. Then we have over here Blue Jays number 1. Like the Jays are after everybody though. Blue Jays number 1. Blue Jays number 1. Like seriously, they're after everybody. Blue Jays number 1. Jeez, they're ahead of everybody. But still, George Contos there, 229. Here's another guy though. Here's a guy. Cheap salary. Great guy. Great numbers. Only have to give up Matt, Friedrich. But these guys are beat potential though, or Sean Burns again. Why is everybody so caught up about Sean Burns though? Like, what's so good about him? As right now, he's looking like he's not going to develop at all. At 20 years old, 61 overall, but still, you never really know. Go to this and see what's the hype about Sean Burns. He's got great arm strength, great arm accuracy, but the rest though, like, his talent isn't that good at starting pitcher though. I don't know what they're saying. Like, he'd be a good... Actually, he maybe could maybe even go and move him to a different position though. Like, put him at shortstop or something. He'd be great there. You never really know with the MLB though. You can go and convert guys in different positions and they play well. But he's got a great arm though. I guess they're ahead of everybody. I guess it's why everybody's after him. But Could get George Contos there from the Giants, or get Rodriguez from the Cubs. That's two guys on the trade block we could go and acquire maybe at the deadline. Because right now our team is smooth sailing, we're playing very well. We might just leave the same, but Delvin Perez, though, 20 years old, 71 overall, a potential. This dude, yeah, we're not giving up Lyle for that. Definitely not. But anybody else in here? We have like Nick, 344 though he's batting, 79 overall, 23 years old. He's got a good salary. Dalton Pompey. There's a lot of guys you could acquire for Dalton Pompey though. This is one of them though. He's pretty juiced on these stats though. Look at these. You have good contact, decent power, decent play vision, decent fielding. I mean, this guy's got the package, but except his stealing and his speed are terrible, and we need Pompey for that pinch running for sure. So we need to find a guy who could replace Pompey if we go and trade him. But we're still looking at Rodriguez or Contos there for the deadline though for sure. Anybody else a catcher though? You have Victor Caratini, David Gutierrez right there, David Ortiz, Castellini, Nishi, Kiki Escalona, and Package. Some of these dudes, it's so hard. I want to pull off some of these trades, but I don't think we should though. Like Rodriguez, I might go and acquire him at the deadline, or Contos for sure though. We need relievers, because our relievers are not cutting it whatsoever right now. But right now our starting pitching kind of gone down since the last time we checked. We have Robbie Ray at a 3 ERA, 3.22 for Stephen Wright, Andreini 2.45. He's gone down actually. He's played very well. John Gray 3.16 and Anderson at 2.08. He's finally fell back down to earth. So is he still number one for starting pitcher though for our All-Star game? That's the question. And he is filled all the way down to 4th overall. Garrett Cole's ahead of him. We have Jake Arrieta ahead of him. Then we have Max Scherzer at pretty much the same ERA right now. So it's looking like he's not going to be starting, but he could be part of the rotation there in the All-Star game. Hopefully he is. But we'll just go right to the All-Star game though, just to go and see what the rosters are. Here's a trade from the Cardinals. You have Alex German going to the Cardinals for Paul DeJong. And I saw him on the trade block, I believe. And he is 73 overall, 25 years old, batting at a... What is he batting at? He's got great stats though. He's batting at a... I can't really tell you. 348 though. He's been on fire since he joined in at the MLB this season. But Paul DeJong though, he would be good for our bench. There's a lot of guys like this though that I want to acquire, but I don't want to pull the trigger at the same time. It sucks. Alex German... Yeah, we might keep German though. He's more of a better player long term. We'll go and sim right here. I'll utilize him. Futures game. Who's in the futures game? We have on here Kevin Casto from the Rockies. We'll use that. And we have, who's on here? We have nobody right there. Stephen Barton on the American list. Scott Pringle. Who else? We have nobody here. Luis Rainey here from our team. The power hitting third baseman. And I believe that's it from this side. But I believe there's a few guys on the other side that are from the Americans that are on the Rockies. Right here. Any pitchers though overall, you have Zach Wheeler, not on our team but still notable. Nate Koch on the top 50 list. Let's go with him. Batting out of order though, we do have Stephen Barton there, number 1, leading them off. Randall Smith. We have Scott Pringle. We have... That's it. So, a few players are on the All-Star game, at least for the Futures game, which is the All-Star game for the minor leagues. So, looking pretty good there for these Rockies prospects. We'll go and take a look at our All-Star game, though, our Major League All-Stars. And I believe we have a few here, All-Star game. Oh, we have nobody in the home run derby, really? That's actually pretty shocking, though. We'll go sim right here, and we have some All-Stars. So, who is your 2019 Colorado Rockies All-Stars? We'll take a look at that and see who's on here. So we have, right there in starting pitcher, we have Tyler Anderson himself, 86 overall, 13-2 record, 197 ERA, playing fantastic this season. We'll just go ahead and select him. So looking through this list though, we do have no Rockies in the starting lineup, but we do have at least one, I guess, in Charlie Blackmon. So it sucks to see that. That means there's no DJ LeMahieu, no Arenado, no Kutch. I mean, what's wrong with this though? Our third team is fantastic this season. But I guess the MLB All-Stars, All-Star game does not agree with us. So, at least you have two with Anderson and Blackmon, but it sucks to see that there's nobody else from our team. But anyone else in the starting rotation, though. and that is it. So you have Anderson there, that's it for our pitchers. Then we have Blackman there on the bench for our batters. So only 2 All-Stars this season, second in the NL West. Man, that's just screwy. But Stephen Humphries, great overall June. We have Riley Penn, great overall June. German, great June. Mike Dunn, pretty bad June. June, yeah, a whole bunch of players played bad. But I guess I'm going to go and end this episode off right here. And make sure to like, subscribe for more Rockies Friendship Mode. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.